Hello everyone. Well, last week my wife and I decided we're going to make another trip over to Arizona. She has 5 days coming up to be off. I have the next 10 days off. It's middle of February right now, and it's 60 degrees outside right now. Supposed to get up to 70, they said today, but I got a feeling that it's probably going to get closer to 75, 80 out here. Anyway, so we have decided to head over to Arizona. We're going to leave in a couple of days, so I got to start getting things ready. We're going to take the RV behind the truck, bicycles, plan on doing a bunch of hiking. We're just over there in December and spent a few days at Lake Havasu. We like the Havasu area in Arizona. This time we're going to be staying up actually right on the corner of where Nevada, California, and Arizona meet. There's a place called Avi Resort. It's a casino, big casino, and they got a KOA there. We're the true glampers. We like to stay where you have the where you have all the amenities and everything. So we're going to leave here. We're up in Northern California, so middle of February, Northern California. It is gorgeous. Unseasonably warm. I think we're probably going to be breaking some records. I'm not sure, but it's beautiful. Why would we want to leave, right? Other than it's in California. So get her uncovered and check the tire pressures, check the hitch, check the battery, check the tanks. You RVers out there know exactly what I'm talking about. You have a whole list of stuff that you got to check. Make sure you got your tire iron inside. I carry a compressor, my cables, and because the first night we're actually staying overnight at a KOA down in Visalia, it'll be dark by the time we get there. And so one of the things I've learned as an RVer, when you get there and it's dark, you want to have your stuff ready to go when you pull in. So what that means for me is mainly what we need is just power. We don't need water or anything like that, not for just one night. So what I do is get all my power equipment, my surge protector and everything all ready to go and inside the bay compartment. And that way when we get there, we back in, I hook it up, drop the stabilizer jacks down, and though we have manual, but I have a power drill, so it's pretty quick. Get those down, get plugged in, get everything done so that we can settle in for the night, since it'll probably be 9, maybe 10 o'clock. And then the next day we get up, we only have about a 5.5 hour drive to get down to the Avi Resort, casino resort in, it's actually in Nevada. Literally we can walk 5 minutes to the east and be in Arizona, 5 minutes south and we're in California. So pretty cool area, but we really want to check it all out, so we're going to spend a few days down there. So anyway, well, let's get this RV uncovered so we can start getting things taken care of and get everything checked out. Well, the wind helped me a little more than I wanted it to, but it's off. Now I got to fold it all up. We have a great relationship when it comes to getting ready to go on our trips. She gets all the stuff ready on the inside. I make sure the outside's all correct and checked off and looked at. That way we both can divide up the task, and it works really well. So anyway, come on inside. I keep it plugged in pretty much all the time, and that way I can pop the slide out. Batteries are always charged, ready to go. So this is our Shadow Cruiser. Let's see if I can find the little emblem on the side here. So it's the 225 RBS, and of course it's the Shadow Cruiser Ultralight. We picked it up down in Phoenix, Arizona, and on our way back from Phoenix we drove through the Havasu area and we went, wow, this is a great place. And you want to talk about RV friendly. That whole area, Arizona, Nevada, California, all down in that area, holy cow, they are so RV friendly. It's a 5-day trip, and I'm going to try to get as much stuff in 5 days as I can while we're over there. There's a couple places I want to go check out, a couple hiking trails, a campground, maybe a few other things, some stuff along the Colorado. But the stuff I check out, I will try to get as much video as I can. So we made it to our RV site yesterday. We're at the Avi Casino Resort in Laughlin, Nevada. It's a little ways south of Laughlin. And we drove up to Laughlin, all the casinos, pretty cool place. And then we went across the bridge into Arizona, went and drove through Davis Campgrounds. We're gonna go back. There's a big long hike. How far was it? 7 miles? 7-mile hike tomorrow. Today we're headed to Lake Havasu. We're going to, they have a Rockabilly Fest going on, and then we're gonna actually go down. I'm trying to hold the phone. It got a little heavy for my wife, so so we're gonna go down to Sara Park. There's a hiking trail there that takes us towards the lake. It's about a 5-mile hike. It's a loop. All right, we drove south of Lake Havasu to Sara Park. We drove to where my GPS told us to turn, which was towards the upper entrance to the fairgrounds, and they got a big pyrotechnic event going on where the manufacturers of fireworks shoot off their fireworks while all the buyers watch. Tomorrow night is actually the pro show, so we may come back down tomorrow night to watch the pro show, but I guess it gets quite busy. So anyway, we left Sara Park. We're on the yellow trail, which if you stay in the wash, then it takes you down to what's called Sara's Crack. And that's what we're looking to do. So it's a yellow trail. The trails are not very well marked. So if you come out here and you're gonna hike the trail, if you stay in the wash is basically the yellow trail, and that'll take you all the way down to Sara's Crack. So, all right. So you see these markers like this, and just follow the yellow trail, but it also is the one that will take you to Sara's Crack. We're coming up to a pretty cool cliff area. On the trail, there's actually trails along the side you can hike, but from the looks of it, they all end up kind of going down into the ravine eventually. So I believe at the end of this range, close to it, gets narrow, and that's where the actual crack is, and it gets pretty narrow. I think you got to kind of slide down a little area to get to it, so we're looking forward to it. We're gonna hike all the way to the water, which obviously the washes into Lake Havasu. So they said it's about a 3-hour hike, total of 5 miles, so 2.5 in, 2.5 out. All right, getting narrower and taller on each side. This reminds me of what we'll hopefully find when we go hike some of the narrows in Zion Canyon. And hopefully later this year we're going to be doing the Havasupai Falls hike. And if so, we'll definitely try to get some footage of that. I hear screaming. I don't know if that's a good sign or not. Yeah.
She does like that, like she's done it before.
She has done some rappelling. Yeah. This is cool. Yep, open arrows. Hi, baby.
Doing it?
Well, so far this trail has absolutely been worth it. We're about half a mile from the lake. Looks like we're going to go through another little narrow area, which is pretty cool. So, arrows anyway on the yellow trail. All right, Sarah, coming into kind of almost like a little brush area. I guess this must mean we're getting closer and closer to the water. So on Sarah's trail, we came up through here, and the trail shows it goes right along here and straight through. And I'm guessing it probably comes out through the brush and ends up right there at the lake. You can't get through. So what we're doing, we had to climb up this ledge right here. Looks like I gotta go back down here and cut over this way. Okay, our little detour that we had to take around. Actually, everybody looks like they've done it because it's pretty grooved out. Got us right back onto the trail to the lake. All right, we're right alongside the water. Big, huge cliff hanging over top of us. It is pretty cool. We only got about a quarter mile left to the end of the trail. Back to the trailhead. Trail map. And you can see right here the yellow is the one that takes you up to, now if you can see that, Sarah's crack, the crack they call it. And then you can take it all the way up to the lake, which is where we did. And you can take the blue trail back, I think is a little faster. We came back on the yellow trail, I don't know if you can see it, but we ended up over here. There's like another wash over here. I think that's actually the orange part over here. You can see that orange. We ended up over there, realized we were a whole wash over. We had to hike back over and get back on the yellow trail. So just keep that in mind. If you should be able to see those great big huge mountains. See those huge mountains behind me? You should be able to see those all the time other than when you're going through the crack. And if you can see those clearly all the way almost to the bottom, then you know you're in the right trail. So today we drove up to Laughlin. I mean, we're kind of staying in Laughlin, but we're south of Laughlin at the Avi Resort. So we drove up. I'm going to spin around so you can see the casino in the background, and down there you can see the river. And we're going to hike today way up over. The dam is up the river a little ways. We're going to hike across the dam and make the whole loop. It's about 6.5 miles for the loop we're going to do. But as you can see, it's a beautiful view. Actually have a parking lot down below that actually has a place where you can park your RVs, trailers, all hooked up and ready to go. So they actually are, cater a little bit to the RV traveler too for the hikes. So we're going to take off and do this. Hopefully it's not too windy and you can hear some of this. Davis campground, and we're actually thinking one of these times to come over might be a place for it. in Arizona, as you drive down the road, you may be following some ATVs cruising down the highway that just came off the trail. So we decided to come down to Lake Havasu and watch the pyrotechnics fireworks show. It's supposed to go on for 2.5 hours, and we can see, we have a really good view. What are you saying about Elon Musk showing up?
Yeah.